Snatch back your brain, zombie. Snatch it back and hold it.
What is going on, Low Techs? We are back. 2023. I'm Mystery. Hey, that rhymed. Welcome to my channel. First and foremost, hit that like, subscribe button, and bell icon so you know when I have a new video. Took a little bit of a break there for a while. Hit a rather deep bout of depression and holiday stress and everything else, and started a new job that was really chill and then turns out to not be so chill, and it's sapping all of my creativity and everything else as I go through it. But all that is then, and this is now. So what we're doing in this video, we're not going to go over any kind of MLM stuff in this video. Instead, based upon the title that you saw in the video, maybe the thumbnail, we're talking ChatGPT, or GPT-3 is what it's referred to. Now, you can throw a rock at YouTube, preferably not at your monitor because you might do some damage, but you can throw a rock on YouTube or on Google or anywhere and come across 100 or even thousands of videos on how to properly use ChatGPT to do everything. I think I saw one guy say you can make $45,000 a day utilizing ChatGPT. Now, if he's figured out how to do that, that's awesome. Me, I haven't figured out how to do that. I do see the potential. I do see the risks. I do see ways that you can use ChatGPT to improve your life. In fact, that's what we're talking about today. First off, what is ChatGPT? How to use it ethically, and how to use it to improve your everyday life, right? And I'm going to be reading from a script because I felt it was important to write this stuff out. So, if I sound a little robotic, I'm still getting back in the groove of things, but here we go, right? Let's jack in and get to it, huh? ChatGPT is a powerful language generation model developed by OpenAI. That's where you got to go. If you Google search OpenAI, you can get to ChatGPT. In this video, we'll be taking an in-depth look at what ChatGPT is, how it works, some of the ethical concerns that you may have with it, especially surrounding its use. There's a lot of things that could be a little sketch. We'll also be discussing some ways that you can use it to improve your life, kind of like what I mentioned before, right? So first and foremost, what is ChatGPT? ChatGPT, at its core, is also known as GPT-3, as I said earlier. It's a state-of-the-art language generation model that has been trained on a massive data set from text from the internet. So we trained it. We, through all of our interactions online, we have been feeding knowledge to ChatGPT or GPT-3. It uses this information to generate natural sounding text that can be used for a variety of tasks, such as generating a chatbot response or writing articles. Yeah, you can even have it write articles, reviews. You have write reviews for you. Just for fun, I use a Canon EOS M50, right? It's the white one with the 4K option. I think it's at 20 frames. And I was like, hey, ChatGPT, write me a detailed review about my camera. And it was like, all right, cool. And it did it. It was actually pretty cool. And it's really in depth. It knew things that I didn't even know. And it knew features that I didn't even know this thing had. I probably should have read the instruction manual, but who has time for that? It can even create poetry. I saw somebody using it to create poetry. It was actually really cool. It's designed to understand and respond to human input in a way that is similar to how humans speak to each other or interact, right? So it's designed, like, think of it as like someone who is very polite and very eager to do the task you want it to do. And if it can't do it, it's very polite in regards to letting you know, hey, I can't do that. So one of the unique features about GPT-3 is its massive number of parameters, right? Specifically, and let me just read this here, specifically 175 billion parameters. Wow, that's a lot of parameters. This allows it to understand and generate text in a more human-like way, even with minimal context. So you can be kind of vague with what you tell it to do, and it can mostly pick it up. Or if you're not entirely certain how to ask it, you just kind of throw stuff at it. It'll try to figure it out, then it'll help you actually narrow down what it is you're trying to do. This, in combination with fine-tuning capability, allows GPT-3 to be adapted to various natural language processes and processing tasks like language translation. Yeah, it can translate for you. Question answering. You can ask it a question like, hey, why does the armpit stink? I don't know, just random things, Why are corporations trying to constantly squeeze every bit of life out of you? Why are MLMs trying to always take away what little bit of money you make? Things like that. You could ask it and it'll give you answers on it. It'll summarize things for you and so much more. One of the videos that I watched online, this guy was using ChatGPT to write blog posts around things that he was affiliate marketing from, I think, like ClickBank or something like that. Which, if you're not familiar, ClickBank is a program where you can sign up there and they have hundreds of options available for companies that will pay you a certain dollar amount based upon sales that they get of yours. It's kind of hit or miss, and it takes a little bit to get going, stuff like that, but this guy was going through and picking articles and stuff like that he liked, and he turned around to ChatGPT and said, hey, write me a in-depth article on the benefits of holistic medicine or crystals or yoga or something like that. And it does it. It does it right for you. It's actually quite impressive. He would then take that, toss it into another AI for a little fine-tuning so it doesn't look like it was written by an AI, as well as any potential plagiarism, which I don't think ChatGPT or GPT-3 can do plagiarism or can plagiarize. I think it's all original conversation. Don't quote me on that, but but kind of different ways to use it. Now, some people might consider that to be a little sketch, using it to write articles or reviews or anything like that. But, in the world where $150 doesn't get you as far at the grocery store as it used to, maybe using a free tool like this to get yourself a little bit of extra money on the side is not a bad thing, right? You can even ask it to get you out from paycheck to paycheck. It'll give you a plan on how to do it. In fact, some of the videos I've got coming up, the scripts are written by ChatGPT, and I embellish a little bit on it, double check, fact check, stuff like that. But I'll be using those videos or using those scripts for those videos to help educate people on various ways to save money and create a budget, credit cards, a whole nine, like stuff that you probably already see on my channel, but never hurts to have a refresher on it. So jumping into our first question here, how to use GPT-3 ethically, right? So it's important to keep in mind that GPT-3 is a tool, right? And like many tools or any other tool, it can be used for good or bad. One of the main ethical concerns that people have surrounding the GPT-3 is the potential for it to be used to spread misinformation or generate fake news. I mean, look at the craziness that went on during the 2020 election cycle. Look at COVID issues like on Facebook. There's so much stuff that you can do with ChatGPT that you got to be careful with what you do with it. It can even generate text that's very similar to that written by humans, right? To ensure that you're using GPT-3 ethically, it's important to verify the information. You always want to double check your sources, always give everything the crap test, always go through and make sure that what you're saying makes sense and everything else. Additionally, be aware that the GPT-3 is not perfect and can still make errors and mistakes. I mean, it is still in the beta phase. It's still in the beginning cycles of its life. Make no mistake, it's going to change everything. It's already changed a lot. It's going to continue to change everything. But when context provided is not clear or adequate, you could run into potential issues. So make sure that what you're asking it, clearly define it. When you see the answer that it gives you based on what you gave it, look at it. Is that really what you wanted to ask? Is that what you really wanted to do? Maybe take some of the response you get from that, toss it into Google, see what you can find, get yourself straight on with what you're wanting to do. Another concern is the use of GPT-3 for personal information and compromising that sensitive information. You could unwillingly or unwittingly dox yourself. You know what I mean? Like, got to be careful with what you have there. It's important to be aware of privacy and data regulations, right? If you use this program to write yourself articles and do affiliate marketing, double check all the fine print of where you're going to post it if you're not posting it to your own blog or whatever. If you don't want to get in trouble, just got to be hyper vigilant with it and know what you're doing and just be good with it, right? Now, a lot of people think about ChatGPT as artificial intelligence and AI, obviously, but they think like Skynet and stuff like that. This is just a tool to help us be better. This is how we're going to move forward, right? Like, imagine if some of the greatest thinkers that we've known throughout history had something like this, with all the knowledge that it has. Imagine how long it would, or how quickly they could have solved a lot of their issues. Now, I'm not saying it's the end all be all, but like, it's definitely a helpful thing. Which leads me right into the next thing. How do you use it to improve your everyday life, right? So GPT-3, goodness, it's they really need to come up with a different name for it, because ChatGPT and GPT-3 is kind of tough to say over and over again. It isn't all about potential negative consequences, right? It can be used for a wide variety of positive applications, like help you save time and be more productive. That's kind of what I use it for, right? You can also use it to generate emails, write blog posts, like I was saying before. You can use it to create social media content. That's kind of big for me, because I don't know if you know this or not, but I don't really do social media that much. Like, I have social medias linked and stuff like that. Yeah, right below, but I'm not on them that much. Mostly because I really don't know what to say. If I'm going to say something, I'll just throw it in a video here and go forward. But this can help me bridge that gap. You know, I mean, being an elder millennial, I grew up before cell phones were widely used by everybody. I think I was in my 20s before I started having, before I had a phone that could like text on a regular basis. I mean, I had a flip phone that had the little buttons on there that you could memorize. Like, you know, if you hit the 1 3 times, then you would have C and stuff like that. I mean, that's taking it back to where I'm from, where the internet was still new and it was dial-up, and you used to get free hours from CompuServe and AOL and stuff like that. I mean, there was a huge period of time in my life, and I know I'm kind of getting off topic here, but there was a huge period of time in my life where I basically lived on the internet free. Just bounced from AOL free 8 hours, from AOL free 8 hours. Like, you get it, uninstall it, get the new disk, toss it in, and you're good to go. Anyway, you can use it to help create personalized content for social media, which is what I'm going to use it for. It's time to step up Instagram. 2023 is going to be my year for doing that. Got some projects in the works that I think are going to be fun. You can use it to fine-tune, like the ability to fine-tune the model of your social media posts, customized for specific industries. I saw one guy was using it to write his resume. Another guy was using it to write resumes for $50 a resume on Upwork. Yeah, you give the detailed information. He used it to generate a questionnaire that he would then give to the customers, and then that person would then turn around, fill that out, send them their experience and everything else. And this guy took all that information, tossed it into GPT, and had it generate a really, really, really well-written resume. Yeah, I might do that. I might do that. So if you're using it to improve your efficiency, right, such in fields like finance, use it for budgeting. We're going to use it on this channel for budgeting. I've got a few videos in the line coming out soon that heavily borrow from ChatGPT. In fact, I told ChatGPT to write me a YouTube script outlining the pros and cons of credit cards. how to get out from living paycheck to paycheck, how to save money, how to invest money, stuff like that. Like, it's insane what this thing can help you do. So look forward to those in the future. One person was using it to help define law, right? He was reading laws and stuff like that, and he asked ChatGPT to break it down so that he could better understand it and get out of a lot of legal speak, and it did it. It was fancy. I think it's also important to know the limitations though, right? Because GPT-3 is limited by the data it was trained on, and thus performance is subject to biases that are present in that data. Therefore, it's important to understand the limitations of that model and be aware of the potential biases when using GPT-3. I mean, we see it all the time, how we search and everything else on Google and stuff like that. While we did train it, there's a lot of voices out there, and sometimes there's more of one side than the other and stuff like that. So you got to be careful with it. So it's not a very long video, but I think it's important to kind of know what it is. There's a lot of videos out there that tell you how to use it, tell you what it can do for you, but I didn't really see a whole lot of videos that explained what it is and kind of how to use it for the average person, right? That's kind of what I think I've gone over through here. In fact, if you have a question about ChatGPT, leave a comment after hitting the like button and subscribing, hitting the bell icon. Leave a comment. And what I can do is I can take 10, 15 of the questions that are in the comments, toss them into ChatGPT, and have ChatGPT answer your question. And then record it, put it up here, and then we can go over it. So if you want to do that, like I said, leave a comment. I think in conclusion for this video, it's important to stay informed about the latest developments in the field of AI, as well as the latest updates and developments regarding GPT-3, especially if you're going to use it for any period of time. Understand what's changing, understand what it lacks. Definitely watch a lot of videos and see how other people use it so that you can find an option that is best for you when it comes to using it. It's a human tool, right? So it should be treated as such and used for the tasks where it's well suited, and use human judgment and experience and expertise when necessary, right? So, yeah. Like I said, hit that like, subscribe button if you want more content about this. I will be coming back with some more MLM videos. Illuminati recently did one on a coffee MLM, and I like coffee, love coffee. I drink too much coffee. And so now I'm super curious about that one. So I got a video coming out about that here soon. A lot of stuff on the line for 2023. But anyway, like, subscribe, and there's companies out there and people out there that will do whatever they can to flatline you financially. Don't let them flatline you.
Snatch back your brain, zombie. Snatch it back and hold it.